Hi, my name is Genesis Caicedo. I am going to talk about therapeutic hypothermia in disease organ donors in Kidney-Graft. Introduction. Therapeutic hypothermia autothermal temperature management is a established intervention that used to protect neurologic functions in patients with certain times or cardiac arrest, stroke, and asphyxia.
After kidney transplantation, delayed graft function, defined by the need for dialysis within 7 days after transplantation, affects up to 50% of renal allografts obtained from deceased donors. While therapeutic hypothermia is an established intervention used to protect neurologic function in patients with certain types of cardiac arrest, the benefits of hypothermia for renal protection have remained uncertain. To investigate the role of therapeutic hypothermia in this setting, the authors randomly assigned organ donors after neurologic determination of death to one of two targeted temperatures, 34 to 35 degrees Celsius, the hypothermia arm, or 36.5 to 37.5 degrees Celsius, the normothermia arm. Temperature protocols were initiated soon after donation was authorized and ended when organ donors left the intensive care unit for organ recovery in the operating room. During the trial, 572 patients received a kidney transplant. Delayed graft function developed in 39% of those in the normothermia group as compared with 28% of those in the hypothermia group. The study was terminated early after a pre-planned interim analysis showed that hypothermia was associated with a significant benefit. This trial demonstrates that inducing mild hypothermia in deceased donors before organ recovery lowers the rate of delayed graft function in recipients. Full trial results are available at nejm.org.
Applications in medicine. The effect of therapeutic hypothermia on renal protection is uncertain. However, in a restricted study involving patients with cardiac arrest, might hypothermia apparent. An experimental study involving rabbits showed that rapid owing to moderate hypothermia preserved renal function during cardiac arrest. A reviewed article summarized the mechanisms for benefits with hypothermia that include reduced metabolism and reduction of free radicals production.
What is therapeutic hypothermia? You're watching this video because your baby needs therapeutic hypothermia, which is also commonly called cooling. Thanks to medical research, we know that cooling your baby by 3 degrees for 3 days can improve your baby's outcomes and protect your baby's developing brain. There are lots of reasons why babies need to receive therapeutic cooling. Your baby will be cooled using a cooling blanket and will be asleep throughout the entire process. The technology and the equipment in the neonatal intensive care unit can seem super scary, especially when your baby is so small. So it's really important to remember that your precious baby will receive expert intensive care and medication. The team will make sure your baby remains comfortable while receiving the cooling therapy, which offers neuroprotection, leading to less neurodisability and better long-term neurodevelopmental outcomes for your baby.
Pros. Hypothermia significantly reduces the odds of delayed graft functions. Mild hypothermia reduces odds of delayed graft function along recipients. The mechanisms for benefit with hypothermia, these include reduced metabolism and reduction of free radical production. Cons. Ischemic perfusion enjoyed during the transplantation process is a major contributing factor to success for allograft functions. Such an approach may be less successful in organs from expanded criteria donors, which already had increasing rates of poor post-transplantation functioning owing to chronic disease in the donor. Increased how car expenditures and decrease long-term graft function.
Hello. Today I've been reading a paper from Bromberg and colleagues published in Transplantation. This is a multi-center RCT from the USA with some quite interesting results. The study drug was ANG 3777, and this is a hepatocyte growth factor mimetic. It was administered randomized against placebo to renal transplant recipients with either a low urine output postoperatively or a serum creatinine that was not reducing at a required rate. It's a good quality double-blind randomized study with the control arm receiving saline infusions as placebo at the same time points as the study arm. The study drug was associated with an increase in urine output over the month of follow-up, reduced dialysis sessions and reduced hospital stay compared to the control arm. Also, the study group was found to have better serum creatinine at multiple follow-up time points and better graft survival, although it is a small study of only 28 patients. The study was actually halted early by the FDA because of the significant efficacy findings, and a phase 3 study has been initiated. I think this shows very interesting results, but actually only 19 patients received the study drug in this trial. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what is shown by the phase 3 study. Thank you for listening. Let us know if you have any comments.
Issue applied in Ecuador. Therapeutic hypothermia is used in particular case where it is sought to protect the brain from possible damage produced during cardiac arrest. This should be applied only in hospitals that had the necessary infrastructure and, in addition, be managed in a multidisciplinary manner. In conclusion, mild hypothermia as compared with normothermia in organ donors after reparation or death according to neurological criteria significantly reduce the rate of delayed graft functions among recipients.